Howdy y'all, thank you for joining us today for this unboxing of Twilight Imperium 4th edition Prophecy of Kings expansion. This is a 4X game for 3 to 6 players, adding 2 players with this expansion for ages 14 plus that takes about 240 to 480 minutes to play. This game involves area control and action drafting. Howdy y'all. Thank you for joining us today for this unboxing of Twilight Imperium, Prophecy of Kings, an expansion for Twilight Imperium 4th edition. As you can see, this is a big box expansion, huge. Got some nice heft to it, so probably a lot of stuff in this. Typical back showing you some of the stuff that's kind of inside, along with the game. Let you know right there kind of the story, what you expect on the back of the box. Let you know that there are 7 new factions, components for 2 additional players. It is an expansion, so it does require the Twilight Imperium 4th edition. And then it lets you know everything that comes inside the box right here. Another nice thing that Fantasy Flight / Asmodee does is they add this little thing on the bottom that kind of lets you know how many sleeves you need. See if I can get this to rest on one hand. What this is talking about is if you go and look for the Game Genix line sleeves, you will need 9 packages of the yellow package. The 9 is because there are 50 per pack, so it's letting you know that you're going to need about 450 sleeves. Another alternative you can look for is these board game sleeves. These are Arcane Tinman brand. These are the shiny ones. It comes to 100 a pack, so hence you would only need about 5 packs of these. Or if you could find the non-glare for the board game sleeves, the non-glare are half the price, but I like them. I'm just out of them at the moment, but you can, if I like them because they come with a little tuck box. And the nice thing about the tuck box is that when you take the sleeves out and sleeve up your cards, it's gonna refit all 50 of the cards that you sleeved in the non-glares back into the tuck box. But the non-glares do only come 50 to a pack instead of the 100 to a pack like these. All right, let's open this up and check out what's inside. Sorry, I'm going to stay zoomed out here. We'll zoom back in once we get the cards and we're going through the cards, but that'll be the last thing I'll do. For now, we'll just keep zoomed out so you can see everything that's inside the box. And like I said, it is a huge box, so I tried to keep it as zoomed out, but as zoomed in as possible so you can kind of see everything. We'll bust open the tokens and break down each sheet here in a second. We have the rule book for the expansion. Nice story it looks like. Oh my goodness, looks like a lot of story. And then we get into the overview, how to integrate the expansion into it, let you know the expansion symbol, and then let you know all the components. Then we have the setup that includes with the expansion, the game board setup since it's going to allow you to play more players, the rules that are added for the expansion, and a map appendix, letting you know the different setups also for each player. And then clarifications on the back along with the credits. We have a lore compendium here. Let you know that way if you want a little bit more story on each, it looks like, each faction. That's pretty cool. Definitely gonna find myself reading through this. It's got the nice artwork, comes along with this game. Now check that out. All right, we got a baggie here. This is probably the factions and additional faction boards and whatnot. All right. Yeah, so we have the quick reference here for these players, along with all the new phases and everything that's added in for each player color. It is double-sided, so you can put it on which side you want, I'm assuming. Sorry if I'm not as knowledgeable about this yet. I have played the 3rd edition, have not played the 4th edition yet. Just got this in along with my 4th edition, so I'm hoping to try the games out and see what's up. All right. And then we have, I believe these are the new factions that they were talking about. All right, so these are the new factions, the Imperium. Oh, I can separate them. And then it's got their lore and stuff in the back. The Mahakt Gene Sorcerers, or Mahakt. I'm sure I will butcher these. I am terrible with pronunciation. And then we have the Valwraith Cabal. Sorry, try to get that glare off of there. And then we have the Nazroka Alliance. The Argent Flight. The Nomad. And the Titans of Ul. All right, we got cards here. Like I said, we'll go through the cards here in a second. So I'm just going to put them to the side for now. These are all the small cards. It's going to require all the sleeves. There's some more. All right. Looks like we have a bunch of plastic components here. We'll take a better look at those. And we have, oh, if I can get them out, more cards. All right. Looks like nice little places to put all your stuff inside of to hold it better. Go ahead and put these aside. These were the command sheets, by the way. All right, we zoomed in so we can take a closer look at all this stuff. If you have already played the base game, you're probably going to recognize this stuff. This is just going to be the components for the other player components. So we have the ships and all the little things you're going to need in order to play that other player color. So now you can play orange. And then closer look at the pink. And there's 59 units per these colors each. All right, and this is a new edition. So it's got the ones for each, but you got the mechs here. There are 32 mechs, 4 units in each color, so that you can have the mechs. So it's a new unit added to the game. Who doesn't like to walk around with big stompy mechs and blow things up? All right, we'll go into the cards here. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the tiles, or the punch outs, which is the part I kind of hate, but as you can see, we got for the different faction, the 2 new factions, and we have some new planets. And then they're double-sided tiles like you would expect. Well, it's not just for the factions. I thought it was. Oh, yeah, for the factions. I'm an idiot. As you can see, more planets and more command tokens / control tokens. We have some dimensional tear tokens is what these are, along with some planets and some more faction tokens, faction command tokens and control tokens. All right, we have some frontier tokens and some some wormhole tokens. So tons of little tokens and punch outs. It looks like they punch out pretty decent. Oh, yep, almost too easy. With some nice thick cardboard and whatnot. We also have some infantry tokens, along with some more planets. Like, the word I'd heard about this expansion is it adds a ton of nice additional stuff. Some fighter tokens. And some more planets, or I should say sectors instead of planets, since we're seeing other things now. But some trade goods and commodity tokens, along with more sectors. Yep, as you can see, tons of punch outs. I think they said 40 system and hyperplane tokens. And then also, as you can see here, and we'll zoom in a little bit on those, we also have the revised strategy cards, the new diplomacy, and the new construction one. So right off the bat, we have 40 planet cards. I'm not gonna go through each of them, but you can kind of see they have all the information so that you can do the finally make this back into a 4X game. And then we have exploration cards of what you find on the planets, I'm assuming. There are different types. There are cultural, industrial, hazardous, and frontier cards, all part of it. And as you can see, all these cards have the symbol for the expansion. We have 10 relic cards. I'll just give you some of the ideas of some of the relics in here, or show a few of them. Then we have the action cards. And there are 20 of these. Just give you the numbers, that way if you want to do the math, just so you can see exactly how many sleeves, but it should be what it said on the back for the most part. We have some agenda cards here. There are 13 of these. Directive, law. Then we have objective cards. There are 40 of these. And some of these might be mixed up. My numbers didn't come up quite right to looking inside the components of the rule book and seeing what should be mixed in these. There were a couple stacks that just didn't come up with the same numbers they said I should have, and then I had an extra stack of something else that I wasn't sure what it went to. But that could just be me because I haven't played the base game. But here we got the promissory note cards. But I'll promise before we get around to filming something, we will have a video that will show this stuff in play eventually. This is one of the stacks that was off. It was some mech unit cards. Flip them over. Because I got one that's like double-sided here. But this is the one that I couldn't find the extra numbers to. So it could just be I have something a little wrong or a little off. It says there should be 24 of them. I had more than 24, so this is the stack I could not exactly find, but maybe it's just either revised cards or goes into a stack that I didn't realize. I'm thinking the technology cards is what these are, or some extra technology cards. We have 4 Legendary Planet ability cards. I'll show each of those. We got the Mirage Flight Academy, the Exterix Headquarters, the Imperial Arms Vault, and the Atrament. And this is where, like I said, I was missing a bunch. That's I think those others were technologies, but it just didn't add up to the exact number they said should have been in there. But there should be 128 technology cards in here. Sarween Tools. I know these are definitely technologies. It was just that other one kind of threw me off. And it's probably just technologies as far as like making your stuff a little bit better. But like I said, even when I added those in here, I still was short on cards. So I think some of those technologies got mixed in the mech unit cards, and those are another technology also. All right. And then the last grouping of cards, these are the leader cards. I believe if I remember reading the back of the box correctly, there's 3 per faction. And like some of them showed them grouped in 3 and then some were not. So, but yeah, this interests me even more. I mean, like I said, I love the 3rd edition of this game, so I cannot wait to do the 4th edition and check it out. I've heard this streamlines, and I mean, this is still one of my top favorite games, so I'm anxious to get it to the table and try it out finally. All right. And if I didn't mention it, it was supposed to be 128 technology cards. There were 4 of the Legendary Planets, I think I did say that, and 74 different leader cards. All right, with that, thank you for watching this unboxing. Have a great day.